Hello dear students, good morning to all of you. As we were discussing the accounting concepts or accounting principles, in previous class we have already discussed about historical cost concept, dual aspect concept, money measurement concept, realization concept. These all accounting principles and full disclosure concept. These all concepts have been already discussed in previous class. Now today we have to finish this topic accounting principle and we have to discuss all the remaining accounting principle or concepts in this class. So let's discuss this topic. So first of all, we are saying that the first remaining objective is accounting equivalence, accounting evidence concept or verifiable objective concept. This is the concept of accounting evidences. It means, as I have already told to you, that while making accounting, while recording the transaction in books of accounts, some evidences are required, and that evidences are known as supporting documents or accounting documents. These documents are in the form of vouchers, cash memo, debit note, or in form of credit note, because these are the documents which verifies that the particular transaction has occurred in the organization, particular transaction has been held with particular person. So under this accounting concept, it is stated that the accountant cannot record the transaction on the basis of his or herself, because if the transactions are going to be recorded, there must be a kind of proof that the transaction has been held in the organization with someone. If there is no proof, then it is quite impossible to record the transaction in books of accounts. And while recording the books of accounts, due to transactions are recorded on the basis of evidences, that's why the accountant of the enterprise is free from the biasness. So now I think this concept is clear. It means in simple way, the accountant can record only those transactions which have its proof or documents like supporting or accounting documents, and accountant cannot do anything, accountant cannot record anything from due to their own means without any verifiable documents. Next is materiality concept. Under this concept, this emphasizes that the transaction, while recording the transaction in books of accounts, accountants should keep it in mind that they have to record only those transactions in books of accounts which are mandatory to be recorded for determination of income or expenses of the business or for determination of profit of the business. While preparing financial statement of the business, we have to record only those transactions which are really a kind of material for getting or for determining profit or loss of the business. If the transactions are immaterial or improper or not irrelevant, then they should not be recorded in books of accounts due to this accounting concept. Suppose that there should not be, we do not need any kind of explanation while preparing financial statement. Financial statement means profit or loss account and balance sheet, income statement and balance sheet. So there is no use of any kind of explanation while preparing financial statement. So in financial statement, we have to record the items and their amounts only. No need of any kind of explanation, because all the explanation has been already recorded in journal and subsidiary book while preparing bookkeeping. So while maintaining books of accounts and at the time of preparing financial statement, the accountant should record only those transactions which are material, it means which are necessary, mandatory for determining the profit or loss of the business. If those transactions which do not need, which will not help or which will not contribute in determining profit or loss of the business, then these materials should not be recorded in books of accounts. So this is the materiality concept. Next is matching concept. Under the matching concept, this concept is too much necessary for maintaining the accounting charges. Suppose that if any expenses incurred and if already expenses has been paid, so this concept is the combination, or this concept is the result of two concepts. First is accrual concept and second is accounting period concept. As we know, or as we have studied, that under the accrual concept we record each and every transaction on annual basis, especially in context of income or expense. Whenever we are going to record any kind of income or expense, we record income or expense on accrual basis but not on cash basis. It means if any income is received, we have recorded, and if it is still be receivable, we do not need to record it. We need to record it only for the amount of that current year, but not for the expenses paid in advance or all. So matching concept helps in determining the actual cost of particular expenses of the business and actual income of the business, because this follow accounting period concept too. So under this concept, if we have to increase, then we have to record the transaction in similar nature, and if we have to deduct any kind of income or expense, then we should have to record these transactions in opposite nature. Similarly, it follows the formula of mathematics that plus plus is equal to plus and minus minus is equal to minus. It means similar nature is equal to plus and opposite nature is equal to minus. It means plus and minus is equal to minus, or minus and plus is equal to minus. Similarly, in the case of books of accounts, if any term is debited and again it is going to be debited, it will increase the value of that particular item. And if that particular item is debited and if we are doing the credit of that particular item after in the next term, it will decrease or it will deduct the value of that particular item. So the matching concept explains that the similar nature will increase the amount of that particular income or expense or assets or liability, and if we are posting or if we have to deduct these terms, then we have to record these terms just in opposite side according to their nature. Next is accounting equivalence concept. Under this concept, assets owned by the business must be equal to the funds contributed by businessman, because this is the accounting concept which is helpful to determine whether the business is in balance situation or not. Suppose that if a businessman is contributing rupees 1 lakh, then in the business asset, the value of assets will be of rupees 1 lakh, not more than and not less than. If the asset is more than in context of contribution by owner, then there must be a kind of liability, external liability, and if the asset is less than, the contribution of the owner, then there must be a kind of loss for the business. So both side of the transaction must be equal. This accounting concept simply emphasize that both side of the transaction, it means assets must be equal to the liability. Borrowings or funds must be equal to the assets acquired by the business. As I have taken the example, suppose that we have introduced rupees 5 lakh rupees and borrowed rupees 2 lakh from other person and introduced all these amounts in the business. And if we are going to purchase furniture, building, machinery, we will purchase furniture, building and machinery only for these amounts, only from these amounts. That's why if we have invested rupees 7 lakh, these 7 lakh will be a kind of fund for the business, and in what ways we are going to spend these funds, that will be known as applications of fund, and that will create a kind of assets. So under this concept, both terms, it means owner contribution and other borrowings of funds must be equal to the assets owned by the organization. There should not be any kind of imbalance situation. And the last and most important term or accounting concept is conservatism or prudence concept. As we know that conservatism is related to conservative mentality, it means narrow mentality. As simply at so many times we have seen that while making worship, we often used to ask from God or goddess forgiveness. It means Kshama Yachana. Why? We are worshipping the God and still we are frightened that if any thing happened wrong, if the method of the worship was any kind of wrong, then please forgive us. We often used to use this term. This is conservatism, because we always be in fear, and that's why we always use to see the risk, accept the opportunities. And that's why, due to conservatism in business organization, it is also followed. Whenever we are going to start any kind of business, we look for profit, but before looking for profit, we look for the risks involved in the business. And due to this accounting concept, we anticipate no profit and provide all possible losses in advance. Suppose that if I had given credit to so many people, then they all are a kind of debtors for me. But while recording the debtors, we create a kind of provision for bad debts, that so that in any case, if any debtor become insolvent and he could pay nothing, or he could pay only partial amount, in case of any debtors become doubtful, he may embezzle our amount. So this is the conservatism or prudence, and due to this accounting concept, we record all possible losses, and due to this accounting concept, we charge depreciation on assets. We never think that the particular, due to spend of time, due to increase in the value of money, decrease in the value of money, and increase in the value of material, the price of the fixed assets, either it is movable or immovable, will increase, but still we are charging depreciation. We are not anticipating any kind of profit to be occurred on the business, profit to be occurred on the particular items, but we make a provision for any kind of possible losses, like provision for depreciation, provision for bad and doubtful debts, provision for taxation, provision for any kind of reserve which losses may be incurred in future. So these are a kind of conservatism, and these conservatism are known as prudence. So we can say simply either it is prudence or conservatism, that due to this accounting concept we do not anticipate profit, but we maintain possible losses in books of accounts before happening it. So dear students, now all this accounting concept has been completed. So I think all of you have got this accounting concept clearly, and if you are not getting it, again and again you should have to watch the video, so that this accounting concept must be in your mind at each and every time, because these are the accounting concept which will help you to maintain the books of accounts in logical way but not in learning way. Because if you learn each and everything, it may that you may be confused, or you can be lost these terms. But if you understand it in better way, if these things is in your mind through the examples or any uh, or through the any terms, it will help you to maintain the books of accounts in ease and comfort way, and it will help to accelerate your accounting treatment. So thank you.